Hello, today I'm going to be showing you a console-based Hangman game that I've created in C++. To start off with, I'll show you the project running. Okay, so it pulls up and it automatically generates a random word that we need to guess. And then we just type in our guess and press enter. And it looks like in this case it had an A, and I'll just keep guessing until something happens. Um, yes. Okay, so I guessed it wrong, and we can see that the man has been hung all the way, all his limbs are present, um, and the game is over. Then we're prompted if we'd like to play again. I'll say yes, and let's see if I can guess the word this time. Um, right, so that time I guessed the correct word. And when you're guessing, you can also type in a whole word, and it'll take that as input. Um, so I think this one's elephant. And there we go, we got it. So that's the game running, and now I'll walk you through the code so you can see how it works. So I created this using 3 different classes, one for the man, one for the secret word, and one for the guesses. And then here's just my main function down here. So the man class has these private variables. It has a Boolean so that we know if he's alive or not. We have his limb count, which is just how many times he's been hung. And then we have a current man array, which starts off just with all spaces. And then we have a complete man, which has the different characters that make up his body, like his head, his torso, his arms, and his legs. Um, then we have the update status variable that I made, which just figures out if the man is alive or not. And then here are the public functions that are in this class. First, a hang function. This is called whenever the user guesses incorrectly and you need to add another limb. It'll just update the current man array to be equal to whatever the complete man array is at this index that I called limb count, which just increments every time this is called. Then we have a draw function, which just draws the post and the man using the current man array. It'll just plug in the different characters so that you see the man being built as the game is played. And then this last function is alive. It just returns that alive Boolean so that you know if the man is alive or not. Then this secret word class. Here are all my variables. A string remembering the secret word, and a string remembering the display word, which includes the underlines, and then the boolean of the word is guessed, and this array of strings for the word list, and these are the random words that it can choose from to give to the user to guess. And then I have this private function to check if the word has been guessed, and yeah, that's what it does. It checks if the user has finished guessing the word by seeing if there's any underlines in the display word string. And then here are the public functions. So we have this secret word function, which will set the secret word to a random word in this word array up here. And it just uses these random um, functions to pick a random index, and then it sets the secret word to the that index of the word list. Then it'll initiate the display word with underscores. So it'll just go through and make it so that display word is the same length as secret word, and then it'll go through and it'll replace all of its characters with an underscore to start off the game. And then this display hint just prints out to the screen the display word as well as a new line character. This function Input new guess is what you call when you've received input from the user and you want to update this secret word string. Um, so I have this return value, which returns true if the guess was in the secret word, and false if it wasn't. And then this function will also um, it'll also update the display word. Um, so updates it from underscores to actual letters. And so this is how it does that. I have this for loop to check if the secret word contains the guess. And if it does, it'll update that display word to be whatever um, letter it should be. And this if and else block of code will just go here if they only entered one letter, and it'll go here if they tried to guess a full word. And so this is a little bit simpler logic. If they entered a full word, either it was or wasn't equal to the guess. Um, yep, there's that one. And then this function, word guessed, just returns the word as guessed Boolean, what that was defined at the top. And then finally, get secret word just returns whatever the secret word is. And this is used when the game has ended and the user wants to know what the secret word was that they were trying to guess. Finally, this guesses class um, just remembers the number of guesses and has a string uh, of an array of strings to remember the incorrect guesses. And it'll just add incorrect guesses and display the guesses. So it's a pretty simple class. Finally, in main, I have two while loops. This first while loop is so that the user can play again and again, where they're prompted, would you like to play again? They can say yes or no, which will either break or continue this while loop. And then this is the main game loop, which just displays the man, the previous guesses, and the secret word. And those were all initiated up here, those classes. And then it'll prompt the user to guess a letter in the word. So it'll ask what's your guess, and then it'll set whatever they type into the terminal to this input string. And then um, uh, if the user's, let's see. So this is what happens if the user guessed wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. So this is an input new guess, which will automatically update the secret word. And then if they guessed wrong, this will execute and it'll hang the man and add an incorrect guess to that guesses class. And then these are just checks to see if the game is over, whether the user has won, this one up here, or if they have lost, this one down here, and it'll display a different message based on that. And again, this is what will make it so you can play again from that first while loop. And that's pretty much everything. So thanks for watching.